We're just a stone's throw from the Delaware River. We've got some water to contend with ourselves. A steady rain falling at Lincoln Financial Field. Today we've got a Week 6 matchup for you here, as it'll be the Denver Broncos taking on the Philadelphia Eagles. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. They'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. Right to the air goes Nix. And incomplete to open things up.
Brandon, we saw these defenders fly into the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Now a 2nd and 10. Nix to the air. They set up the screen for Dobbins. And right away, he lost the football. But it looks like one of the DBs has it. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. So possession still theirs, but now they face a third down. Here's Nix. And that is incomplete.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield in man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays, just like that one we saw there.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return. And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10.
34-yard line.
Looking to put a drive together. They run with a dangerous Saquon Barkley. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36. But you look at this Bronco defense. They come into this one ranked number 17, so just starting the bottom half of the league against the pass.
What they lack in pass defense, they do make up for in run defense. They're a top 10 unit against some people trying to move the ball on the ground. But this is a passing league, so there's a conundrum for them. How do they get better defending the pass?
Get it! Lions.
Here's 2nd and 8. Tucker hauls it in over the middle. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
That's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 2.
They need 2. Here's 3rd down.
Let's go now. 60 Eagles. 60 Eagles. 7 Pirates. 7 Pirates.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. This one complete to Lacy. And they needed 2. They only get 1. 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
So still a scoreless game in the first, but they're going to go for this thing on their own side of the field on 4th down. They're going to try and throw. That is caught. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Again, he'll drop to throw. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that is incomplete. The Eagles at 2-3 here to begin the new season. And they were winners last time out, so they'll be looking here to make it 2 in a row.
And when you and I watched tape prepared for this, what we saw was a team that competed hard, and they played well in all 3 phases of the game. And I think if they can carry that over to this week, they've got a really good chance to emerge victorious yet again.
2nd and 10. Open man is Tucker. And some room to work. And they move this all the way down to the 9. What a play that turns out to be. 36 yards.
As a general manager, you're counting on your first and second round draft picks to have a big-time impact on your team. But where you make your bones, rounds 3 through 7. If you can find a few diamonds in the rough there, develop them, then you got something going.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Saquon Barkley, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Eagles will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion, guys a little bit jumpy.
But you do.
Oh, you understand the same way. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went 3
and now they have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'm trying to do better here. You look at this Eagle defense. They were very strong in that victory from a week ago.
I just consider myself fortunate that I'm not in charge of the offensive line. They gave up 7 sacks last week. And if things don't improve in this game, head coach isn't going to be looking at the offensive line. He's going to look at the offensive line coach. And that's when things get dicey.
To throw is Nix. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Almost feels like anything you can do, we're going to try and match or do better. We've already seen 1 touchdown pass from the opposition. They tried to equal it on that throw.
The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Looks like a second empty possession to start the game. It's certainly not the way you want to start when you're coming off of a loss last week. Every team talks about starting fast. They're hoping on their next possession, it can be a delayed fast start and get them going.
It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And the Eagles will have it taking over 1st and 10. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2.
Here we go. 60 Eagles, 60.
It looks like they'll move things around here. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. That'll bring up 4th. They had the 8-yard gain on 1st down, but unable to do much from there.
On that play, it was the defensive front that won the battle. They out-leveraged the offensive line, got into the backfield, and held them to no gain.
And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it.
70 Timberwolves. Trap 60, trap 60. 70 Rangers, 70 Rangers. Ready.
They'll try and throw for it here. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Broncos are going to get the football back in great field position. Now the Central Florida product is R.J. Harvey. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough as run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Once more with Harvey. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. 6-0 our score after 1. Broncos football as we begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. Nick's going to give to Harvey. Spinning away. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now it's Nix. And he's got it. That'll give him 8 that time. And that'll bring up a 2nd down in just a couple.
Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. Here's 2nd and 2 now from the 3. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. 2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4.
Well, that's going to bring up a big call now because he was unable to make the play himself on 2nd down. Now you just have to wonder, will they keep the ball in his hands on 3rd down?
And the Eagles with a dime look, 6 DBs on 3rd down. Throwing Nix. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. From 4 yards out. And the Broncos Are an extra point away from capturing the lead. Well, on that connection, it looked like they maybe had some pre-play communication. Maybe one of them noticed an area that was open in the defense to get the pass to.
When you put the time in, sometimes you have that great silent communication that you just noticed right there, because the best quarterback-receiver combos in the NFL, they know how to make those adjustments at the line of scrimmage when they see something pre-play, and they got it done there.
And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner, they can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first. A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Teddy Lions. 18, Pioneer. Panther 11. Panther 11. Teddy.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Roll. Let's go now.
A handoff, Barkley right left. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves him with 3rd and 9 looming.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or also just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
18 Cardinal. Dragon 60.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down. The Eagles send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. A special teams mistake there, no doubt. Just 26 yards officially on the punt. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Off the play fake, here's Nix. Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
The Broncos on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
Captain.
To throw, here's Nix. He's going to air one out. He tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Keely Ringo picks it off. And the Eagles are going to have the football at their own 1-yard line. And, Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football because, remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing.
Ready?
Maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing just by his movements.
It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll be second down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Second and 5.
Let's go now.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And now that sets up 3rd and 2.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
70 Hawks. Mustang 19. 18 Rattler. 18 Rattler. 19 tight. Panther 11. Panther 11.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Throw out wide is incomplete. We've seen this offense do some unconventional things thus far, but they couldn't go for it on 4th down here, could they?
Could someone patch us into the head coach's headset? Punt the ball.
And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it.
Viking 18. Buffalo 18. Ready.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And now, boy, the ball's going to go over on downs here inside the 10-yard line. And a failure on 4th down on the other side leads immediately to a 1st and goal. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And his throw here is incomplete.
Partner, this is almost an unwinnable spot for a defense. They have to come right out for a 1st and goal, trying to stop them. But let me hold on a second. Let me take that back real quick. They can win here if they force a field goal try. Still a long ways away from that happening, but that has to be what they're thinking right now.
Second and 9 now. And this is going to be incomplete. Boy, you'd hate to squander this great field position. Here's 3rd and goal. They'll try and throw. Here's Nix. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. A great effort there with his 13th touchdown of the year and 2nd of the game. And the Broncos are able to extend their lead. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And the lead is up to 8.
Eagles 6.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
On the set.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Looking for Campbell downfield. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
They tried to throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1.
60 by 18, Pioneer. Cup 19, Cup 19.
They'll set up to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. They only needed 1 yard on 3rd down. They get 10 instead by going to the air.
Come on, set. 18 card.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Crackle 80. Buffalo 18. Ready.
They'll look to throw again. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. The improv act there, good for 9. And now they'll be looking at a 3rd and short, 3rd and 1.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing a throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the 1st down. And don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. Third down and 1.
Hot 70, hot 70. Down. Ready.
Up the middle they go. Royal. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to convert on 3rd and short yardage with a gain of 4. Now a timeout called for by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
Cougar 19.
They'll look to throw. Wide open receiver complete. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts
It's a gain of 8.
as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half.
2 yards to go, 2nd down.
18, Cowboy 80.
Back to throw. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
One thing you always worry about when he breaks the pocket is he going to take off with it? That time, the pressure was starting to close in, and he's just got to throw this one away.
Get it. 60 Eagles. 19 tight. 19 tight. 7 Pirates. 7 Pirates. Ready.
They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag coming in. This could be a first down. Thought they were going to force a 4th down. Instead, P.I. gives them the first.
And that's frustrating because you think you've taken them really deep into the count, haven't you? Instead, you've got to start all over. That can really, really be demoralizing.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10.
79 Broncos. Ready. 70 Lions. Go.
They'll set up a throw. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter.
Here we go.
They'll throw now on the final play. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. He throws it on the move, but can't connect as that falls incomplete. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
Well, out of the locker rooms here they come. Their first drive of the third quarter. And, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game, but we got a tight one set up to be a very entertaining second half.
And as we know, partner, in the NFL, there's trailing and there's trailing, right? Sometimes you're discouraged by how much you're down, but in this case, this is a tight ball game, so there's a sense of optimism here. I think they went in at the half and looked at their play sheet and said, these are the plays we really like. What do you say we use them to start the second half and get us going?
70, cut 19, 60 Maverick, 18 Pioneer. Ready.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. He's going to let this one go deep. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
The offense schemed going 5 wide, trying to create a chance for the big shot, and they took it. If he comes down with that one, that's a huge offensive swing. But credit the defense with a nice play, knocking that one away.
Ready.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
Come on. 70 Rangers, 60 Bobcats, 60.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He's going to try and go deep again. And the defense loses him. It's complete. Down the left sideline. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A great play there. An 80-yard touchdown. And the Eagles come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. Now that Eagle offense will stay out there as they'll go for 2.
Eagles will set up for the
They'll try and throw for it. And now he's going to go down. A big sack, and they're unable to tie it.
14. Eagles 12. Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
First and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Nix to the air. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Give him a loss of 6 yards, and it brings up third down.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it's just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But it looks like they're ready to go.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Here's Nix. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. First time they've looked his way in this game, he comes through picking up the first.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the third downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the third quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team, and put points on the board, those are the plays they need to continue to convert.
Back to throw now on first down. Going for the deep ball. And then it's caught inside the 10. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. A big play there. 53 yards. As his guys are able to extend their lead.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that. Truly leading his team right now towards victory.
3 touchdown catches. He's been the headliner. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
At their own 24-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go.
Unlock line.
They'll start out on the ground, and Saquon Barkley looking to find a lane, but he can't rein in at the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in.
And that is not what you expect from a receiver of his caliber. Sometimes you get a little ahead of yourself. You don't look it in, and all of a sudden it's on the ground. A surprise to all.
Here we go. Here we go. Cowboy 80. 60 Maverick. 60 Maverick. 18, Pioneer, Cat 50, Cat 50. Ready.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. Looking for Campbell downfield. Left sideline, a dive, and it looks like he's got it. A big play there for Philly. And even 50 yards.
Well, that was a pretty good time for his first catch of the ball game, and it turned into a huge play as well. He's certainly not been a central part of this passing game so far in this one, but he made his presence felt there. A big pickup on third down.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 27.
60 Bison. Mustang 19.
Now back to throw. Now he's going to step up and run. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
2nd and 10 now. Third quarter action from Philadelphia, PA.
18 Rattler, 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal, 7 Pirates, 7 Pirates.
Again, he'll drop to throw. His throw incomplete.
That's a big force incompletion there to bring up 3rd and long, and this defense can still salvage a little momentum by forcing them to kick a field goal because just a few plays ago, it looked like they were headed towards the end zone.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
19 Warriors, 70.
Back to throw again. Going for it all. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
A 44-yard attempt.
The kick by Elliott is good. And that'll move him back within 6 now. So the response to that touchdown on the other side to begin the 3rd quarter. Look, just 3 points, but still a response nonetheless.
You're exactly right about that because I think you needed to answer back with something, even though it's not 6. Just enough to send a message that says, hey, we're not going away.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. They're trying to find Chark, but it's intercepted. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
Panther 11, Panther 11. Here we go.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Now he'll tuck this and run. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
But defensively, you're over there trying to catch your breath and try not to show the offense that you're a little bit fatigued. You're right back out there after the turnover. Now they've got to work towards getting another couple of stops and forcing them into at least a long field goal situation.
Barkley inside handoff. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Viking 18, Dragon 60. 79 Broncos.
They're going to look to throw. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. So on comes the Eagle kicker, Jake Elliott, on fourth down. From the right hash and call it an even 50 yards. And he's going to miss this one. Wide to the left from distance. It's no good. And the deficit will stay at 2 field goals.
Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I'd feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. The last drive for this offense, Charles, you remember it ended in one play, that quick interception, but they do still have the lead as they start this drive here.
And that's something to focus on for them as well, because it's not quite no harm, no foul, but the interception, hey, shake it off, move on. Hasn't cost your team the lead, and now it's time to rebound, and the quarterback and his teammates, they can add to the lead with a good drive here.
On first down, back to Harvey. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. It's Bronco football, and they also have the lead here as we get set for the 4th. So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. On the give, it's Harvey. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
And this is why the head coach gets paid the big bucks. Look at where they are in this situation, partner. Do you throw the ball here in a long-distance situation? Do you run it again and trust your defense and make sure you take care of the ball and punt it away? What kind of options do you have here, and what do you trust more on your team?
Now, they may have just pushed him back into that throwing situation. We'll see. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
And this will do the job nicely, as that'll be out of bounds just inside the 10-yard line. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
They begin with a run by Barkley. Despite some fast footwork, he's still wrangled down shy of the 15. Dre Greenlaw in there on the tackle. Another good run there for a guy who, remember, on Wednesday was named NFC Offensive Player of the Week for what he did a week ago.
Yeah, and you know it takes some solid runs and some extra special ones in order to win that type of an award. I think he's locked in and wants to get it done a second time.
Now 2nd and 5.
Come on. 70 range, 70 range. Come 19. Come 19.
He'll drop to throw. He sets to fire deep. He's got him in. Complete. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Eagles strike quickly here to tie up the ball game. A very important extra point there, up and good. And they have taken the lead here in this 4th quarter. Now after the touchdown. Here's Elliott on to kick it away. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the fourth quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one. On the run, this is J.K. Dobbins. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. First and 10.
And the Broncos first down.
In motion goes the tight end. Now they'll change things up. To throw, here's Nix. And that's caught inside the 30. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. A great play there. 64 yards. And the Broncos answer back with a touchdown of their own to take a fourth quarter lead. Might be seeing that one on the highlight shows tonight. The home run ball here in the fourth quarter to take the lead.
There's nothing like being aggressive, preaching that to your team, and then following through. All the way through. Go ahead and throw one more up there. Why not?
Been a great game, and we are not done yet. Coup for the extra point.
Up for the point after.
And that'll make this a 6-point game.
Makes the score Broncos 28, Eagles 22.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
Over first and 10. At their own 24-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. We certainly have a good one on our hands. They're trailing after that last touchdown, but now a chance for this offense to try to snag that lead right back here in the fourth quarter. They'll come out throwing here on first down. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team. That might be throwing off his accuracy.
And second and 10, he'll look to throw again. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up third. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is third and long.
70 Ranger, 70 Ranger, Warrior 70.
He'll look to throw. He'll try and do this himself. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side.
And the comeback may stall out. It's intercepted. And the Broncos are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line.
He'd been having a good day so far, but I think he got a little overzealous on that one. Still young in this league. Has to learn to try not to do too much on an individual play because, as we all know, sometimes less is more. And throwing away is preferable to making the big mistake.
On the ground, it's Harvey to start the drive.
And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
Yes, indeed. That play there, that reminds me of some of the guys that I played with. They have that suddenness, able to get into the backfield almost about the time the ball snapped and make a play. How about that tackle for a loss?
Absolutely. He did a lot of that last week when he was named the NFC Defensive Player of the Week. One of the guys on the team was saying, hey, yeah, we called him the disruptor. And that's carrying forward again.
Makes sense, doesn't it?
Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
To throw is Nix. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down. This a very important drive, and that incompletion leads to a very important third down here if they're going to try and get the football back.
Yeah, getting it back, absolutely crucial to their chances to try and win this game. I would expect a lot of pressure here. They can't afford to let them continue to get first downs and eat away at the clock.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is third and long. Now the play clock hits 0 here, and we're going to get a delay.
Penalty accepted, and that pushes him back 5.
Every penalty so critical at this stage of the game as now they've got it third and long.
Throwing Nix.
We've got a one-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They're looking at a 4th down now as they try to hold on to this lead for dear life. The Broncos send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 18-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And out will come the offense as they take over.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
Let's track him 60. Viking 18, trap 50, trap 50.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line.
You know what I like about that play? He didn't try to do too much on 1st down. He took what the defense gave him, put together a solid gain to bring up 2nd and manageable. Now they have a couple of plays to pick up just a few yards and a new set of downs.
Panther 60, Panther 60 Bobcat, 60 Bobcat, 19 tight, 19 tight, 79 Broncos, 19 Lions.
He'll look to
Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains.
Cowboy 80. 18, Rattler. Panther 11. Panther 11. Buffalo 18.
They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down.
And that's the downside of taking these big shots because they're definitely lower percentage plays. And now you look up and it's fourth down. So not only do you have to worry about getting big yardage, you also need to just keep the game alive.
Fourth down, 10 yards to go.
Mustang, ready. Hawk 70, Hawk 70. 70 Ranger, 70 Ranger. 60 Maverick, 60 Maverick. 18 Pioneer. 7 Pirates, ready.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Oh, he had to force it there on fourth down, and it's intercepted. And this one will be brought back to the 22.
Well, let's face it, Brandon, they're down here in the second half. Want to try and make something happen, and if you're the guy with the ball in your hands, you're going to try even harder. Because I think all he was trying to do was to get outside the pocket and see if he can find a big play downfield.
That one looks like he'll throw here. That is intercepted. And the Eagles are going to get it back here just shy of the 20. Oh my, how the tables have turned now. They were trying to salt this one away, but that interception, potentially a game changer.
And I've just got to think to myself, at this point of the game, I know you've been aggressive. I know that's your MO, and that's fine. And all those teams that talk about all gas, no brakes, you better have the emergency lever to pull occasionally. They could have used it right there. They put themselves in a tough spot with that interception.
Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. Rasul Douglas picks it. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. A young quarterback, Charles, rolling to his right. I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even in their college days when they were used to being dominant. In this case, the NFL veteran defense ended up winning the battle.
Captain.
Nix from the shotgun. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And even though he gets out of bounds to stop the clock, it's not going to matter. That first down going to be enough to write a finish to this one.
That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
But that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on first down.
And able to fight forward inside the 15 to the 13.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around a training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach? He's in big trouble.
Now Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock.
Here is 3rd and 5. Again, it's Harvey.
And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. It's a gain of 8 there, and that should be enough to seal the victory.
1st and goal at the 7-yard line.
So this one will wind up a Denver victory. And, of course, this is a win they're going to hang their hat on. They go on the road and defeat the defending Super Bowl champs.
Partner, they came, they saw, they conquered.
They conquered.
But before all that happened with the conquering part, they believed. They thought it all week. It was evident when we talked to them before the ball game that they thought they could get this done, and they knew exactly how, had a plan, formula.